Today, 1 in 88 children is diagnosed with a development disability, doubling previous statistics and officially making autism an epidemic in the United States. That equates to 1 in 4 boys and 1 in 10 girls who will have autism. How do you know if your child has autism? According to autismspeaks.org, there are no medical tests to diagnose it, only specially trained physicians and psychologists to administer autism-specific behavioral evaluations. Researchers say that parents are usually the first to notice the signs in children as young as 1 year old, which often include failing to make eye contact, not responding to his or her name, or playing with toys in an unusual, repetitive way. Other absolute indicators for the disorder include no big smiles or other warm, joyful expressions by 6 months or thereafter, no back and forth sharing of sounds, smiles, or other facial expressions by 9 months or thereafter, no babbling by 12 months, no pointing, showing, reaching, or waving by 12 months, and no words by 16 months. If you're a parent and suspect your child has autism or notice your child may be developing slower than other children, talk to your doctor. Early intervention is the best hope for coping with the disorder through adulthood. According to Autism Community Together President Evelyn Claros, parents with autism need to recognize their child is unique.
And what it is a lot of our children are delayed in many different ways. They are unique, and they all have strengths though. That's one thing we must remember is despite their delays in certain areas, they all have one strength, and that is where we want to try to capitalize within our children. And that is one of our reasons for our support group, to focus on their uniqueness and not on our weaknesses.
Claros adds that there is no one-size-fits-all method to coping with the disorder.
There's different coping skills. Some have sensory needs, some have speech needs, some have multiple needs, some have occupational, just a whole array. Some need a modification in school, accommodation, such as, even sitting at the front of the class, to breaking down the tasks when given a task in the education system.
Claros encourages those interested in learning about the development disability or parents who would like to screen their children to come out to an Autism Awareness Fair on Saturday, April 14th.
We will be having an Autism Awareness Fair on April 14th at the Aganda Shopping Center, and that's scheduled from 10 to 2. And there we have about 40 vendors at this time who is committed to come and display their services and their from services to how they can work in the community, from transportation to special ed during screening. So there's a whole array of events and just some information for resources as well. And I think that's important for families to know what resources are out in the community, how we can best use them for their child and their strengths.
Health Check is presented by